guys, my name is Amrish. You're watching Gourmet at Home. On this special occasion of Children's Day, I have got two young chefs in my kitchen. Allow me to welcome them.
My name is Amisha Sood and my name is Tanisha Sood.
So, Amisha and Tanisha, what are we making today?
Today we are going to prepare two types of bhel, breakfast bhel and sprouted bhel.
And Tanisha, which is the first recipe?
So we will first start with breakfast bhel.
Why breakfast bhel?
Because breakfast is the first meal of the day.
Okay. And what are we using for this recipe?
For this recipe, we would use some dried fruits, cashew nuts, almonds, walnuts, puffed rice, cornflakes, choco flakes and chana.
And are we using any dressing in this?
Yes. So for the dressing we have honey, lemon juice, olive oil and salt.
So let's start with the recipe.
Yes, let's get started.
So what is the first step of the recipe?
So the first step to prepare this recipe is dressing.
Okay, so let's start with the dressing.
Okay. So first I will put the honey. And followed by lemon juice. And then olive oil. And at the end I will add salt. So let's mix the dressing. So I have used a jar to mix the dressing.
And Tanisha, why we have used jar to prepare this dressing?
I have used a jar to prepare the dressing because it makes easier for the kids like us to mix the liquids together.
So that's really interesting. So what is the next step of the recipe, Amisha?
To prepare breakfast bhel.
So let's start with the second step of the recipe.
So first I will be pouring the dressing. Then the dry fruits.
So we have got prunes, figs, coconut and raisins.
Then nuts.
So in the nuts we are using cashew nut. What else is there?
Walnuts and almonds.
Okay.
Then puffed rice. Then choco flakes. And then I have cornflakes. And then I have chana.
So after adding the roasted chana, can we close the jar?
No, I'm going to finish this recipe with adding some fresh basil leaves and edible flower petals. And then close the jar.
Can we enjoy this now?
No, we have to start with the second bhel, and that is the sprouted bhel.
So let's start with the second recipe, that is the sprouted bhel. So now coming down to the second recipe, that is sprouted bhel. So Amisha and Tanisha, what are we using for this recipe of sprouted bhel?
So we will be using puffed rice, pomegranate seeds, coconut, sprouted green moong, namkeen, coriander leaves and peanuts.
Are we making any dressing for this?
Yes, of course. For dressing, we would be using tamarind, honey, olive oil, cumin seeds, chaat masala, and black salt. So first, for the dressing, I will add lemon juice, honey, tamarind,
So this is the tamarind pulp.
olive oil, cumin seeds,
Roasted cumin seeds.
chaat masala, and black salt. Then I will close and shake it well. And the dressing is ready.
Coming down to the second step of the recipe, and
That is aligning the ingredients in the jar.
so let's start with that.
So first we will put the dressing in the jar. And then the sprouted green moong. Followed by the puffed rice. And the namkeen. After the namkeen, pomegranate seeds. Followed by the coconut. And then peanuts.
So are we using roasted peanuts for this?
Yes. And at last we will finish with adding some coriander leaves. And now let me close the jar.
So Amisha and Tanisha, where have you learned this recipe from?
We have learned this recipe from our grandfather in Pune.
Can we enjoy this bhel now?
No. First we have to mix the bhel.
The breakfast bhel and the sprouted bhel is ready.
So let's enjoy it.
So we can enjoy these bhel for,
Breakfast.
And during break time.
but make sure you store your jars in a controlled temperature. But tell me one thing, why we have added the dressing at the bottom of the jar?
So that the bhel remains crispy.
Make sure you shake your jar before you enjoy your bhel. Hope you enjoyed watching this session with Amisha and Tanisha. See you soon in our next segment of Gourmet at Home.